So, are you guys feeling uncertain about the future? Well, you're not alone. A lot of people are feeling the uncertainty with the advent of AI and the massive firing of an entire managerial class and being replaced by AI agents. Now more than ever, the young people of our generation are faced with a problem. Some of us have not even established ourselves solidly in our career, and we were hoping we could get to that managerial position within a certain amount of time, but for one reason or another, it seems like the forces that be, the way technology moves, that opportunity to lock down that position doesn't is not viewable on the horizon, whatever to whatever capacity that may be within your life or my life. And I right now I feel pretty good where I'm at with the job that I have. And I'm just going to tell you what I am doing to insulate myself and kind of like where I see this all going. So I've been a electrician for the past, or doing electrical work for the past 3 years. Yeah, wow. And if we see what the projects that are being done right now, the big projects are data centers. And especially with AI, and in addition to what's happening, I'm here in Texas, and a lot of these big data center projects are coming to Texas. And the reason why it's so attractive for these companies is because the energy here is very plentiful. We have the natural gas, the we have crude oil, and they do have wind and solar, but they're not as great. But it is here. Anyone that wants to do like a Bitcoin mining farm with solar, they can do that here. There is that there the land is available for them to do that. But the the big jobs are going to be these massive data centers for AI, to be able to handle, if not hundreds of thousands, millions of prompts, a day, an hour, whatever it may be. And at this point, electricians, I'm just going to talk about electricians because that's where what I know. There would need to be 80,000 electricians, new electricians hired every single year up until the year 2030 in order for us to replace all the older generation electricians that will be exiting the workforce within that time. And those and these the demand is going to be crazy. These are going to be massive jobs. These are going to be, and if you are looking for a career right now and you're not caught up in trying to follow your passion and you're just trying to figure out something that will put bread on the table, you're just like, I got to think practically at this point. Obviously, this is not like the dream job. Everybody, I remember my parents would always talk down on people that engaged or did trades work, but I learned that it is very, very, very fulfilling. And there's a lot of comfort in knowing how to wire up a building, how to wire up a transformer, how to wire a switch, how to connect lights, how to wire up a receptacle. There's just something so comforting just knowing like I could literally go anywhere in America and get a job and it wouldn't be a problem. I would just need to get the electrical license for that jurisdiction and I would be good. And honestly, your skills will speak for themselves. You know, my journeyman that I worked with when I first started working as an apprentice, he doesn't have an electrical license for the state of Texas, but his skills are so good. It's just like his experience is his certification. And so that's what I'm saying. Like you could, you know, there are some companies that'll just make the exception. It's like, dude, you're good. We know you're good. You got the job. Here's what we're paying you. Boom, done. So, um, so yeah, so data centers, AI, and then after all this, you're gonna have to make a decision. Are you gonna live next to these data centers? There's also another caveat to this. These data centers create a lot of pollution. So figuring out a exit strategy to get away. So while you're doing your job, think about where is a place that I can live that is not going to be next to a data center where the water is polluted, the air is polluted, or maybe not the air, but yeah, just, you know, you don't want, you know, those weird plastics in the water. And there's a documentary on about the Facebook data center in Tennessee, and there's some things that yeah you probably can look up on your own time, but that's also just something to look into. But the point being is this is like the next like step. This is like the big tech thing. This is the big leap for our culture. And if we don't make this leap, the next step is to move backwards, because we are at that point where it's either we go forward into this AI thing or we go back and we embrace neo-feudalism, homesteading, living off grid, van life, tiny homes. That is also a another reality, another direction that this could go in. I say all those things just as an umbrella. That's not to say that that's what exactly what will happen, but if you don't want to, I guess if you don't want to participate in like these in the building of the empire, so to speak, and you figured it out, you know how to survive, honestly, good for you. Go do it. At this point, that's not just not an option for my family. Like there's certain things that we do require. Eventually we will probably sail off into the sunset, but as of now, it's trades. So those jobs are electrician, HVAC technician, plumber, framing, but probably metal framing specifically. But you know, if you're a wood framer, yeah, I think it's just as good. Definitely people who know how to do floors, everything, painting, bricklaying, concrete. Get into something. Get into something because And even if you have to start off at the bottom, it's not that bad, because you can always become, if you're that ambitious, you can be an owner operator. If you do concrete and you do really well, you know, you could start, you could get your own concrete mixer, or you could get your own. They have these trailers that you can pull your own little mini concrete mixer, and you could pour your own concrete, and and you can charge for that. So there are different ways to actually make money, like painting. If anyone has gotten a quote on painting or even framing, even a house, like the money that is made is pretty outstanding. Like, I was shocked when I first entered the construction industry, and I would highly encourage anyone, if you're Gen Z, you know, on the tail end of being a millennial, and you're just still trying to figure out, like, what is it? What can I do? Like, I've recently been fired, like, and I'm trying to find what the next thing is, but I don't want to go to school. Honestly, just go to, if you want to go to the union route, go to the hall, say, hey, I would like to start with your apprenticeship program, and go from there. And honestly, man, or yeah, it's a good, the once you get your experience in, the money is good. The money, obviously it could be better. Obviously, the more responsibility you take on, the more money you'll get paid. But I think that's the first thing that we need to equip ourselves with, is just the skills, like something other than the ability to code something, like something that's non-computer based. I think is very, very, very important. Like, just protect yourself. And like I said, you'll you and then you'll have that ability, that skill, to take with you all throughout the rest of your life. So you could do all that type of work, for whoever, for yourself, for your family members, for your friends, whatnot. But yeah, I'll just leave it there. If you guys got something good out of this, please leave a comment, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys on the next one.